Hello students, this is your teacher Professor Nirmal Kumar Swai, Department of Library and Information Science, MD University, Rohtak, Haryana. So this module is one of 10 modules we are developing for our PhD students, and students from any other universities can get benefit of this also. In third module we discuss about PhD SYNOPSIS, any PhD proposal. So there we discuss the structure of a PhD SYNOPSIS, okay, or synopsis. And now in this module we will bring to your notice that what is the content of, like when the new students, the new entrants are coming up, they don't have any research background, just after their master's degree they qualify UGC, JRF, NET, and by the rules and regulation of the particular university, so they get into the PhD program. Okay, so focusing on the content of content is that basically we roughly we say what should be the matter and how the content is organized. The flow of the content from beginning till end, then what kind of things we are expected to mention right in the synopsis. Okay, the first the heading should be introduction. It is usual or in any other document. So introduction. So what exactly introduction is meant for? What exactly introduction has a meaning like a generalized kind of things. So generalized kind of things, but in case of here introduction in PhD synopsis. So you are supposed to give a broader background, the background literature of your PhD work. What exactly that broader background, Suppose this is a research proposal. When people read it for evaluation, your panelist, what exactly you have written. So all of a sudden you don't jump into your exact research problem. Okay, don't jump into that. Give a background to it. What is that background? Background is like suppose you are discussing about choice-based credit system. So one of my students who is doing PhD work on choice-based system, credit systems employed in central universities of India. So choice-based of credit system, you say that people may not know what exactly choice-based, what is credit system, again choice-based credit system. So you need to give a background of that. Like background is that obviously choice-based credit system is a new or modern curriculum, part of a modern curriculum, but what was the traditional part of your curriculum? So while writing, then you may mention what is the problem. So gradually in introduction you developed your argument or the research problem in such a way that while someone reading with zero background of your work, someone can understand what exactly you are going to say. So in particular example, choice-based credit system, so you may write like what is the traditional syllabus making or curriculum study, and what is so you may mention that so far in curricula, the schools or the teaching departments teach whatever they like. Suppose a number of teachers are available, whatever their expertise or areas of specialization teachers, only those papers were offered. So the problem is that the students don't have much options for that, because they are forced to go by the department or faculty or school. It's a kind of forcing them to study. So there are many gaps in it. What is that area? Gaps that if you look at the scholarship of a particular student, the mind faculty of a particular student, it doesn't match the kind of courses or the papers we are teaching them. So that while going, leaving the school department after 2 years, 3 years after formal training, so he or she could develop, explore his or her own potentialities. So that how to strike those hidden potentialities he or she could have explored. Okay. So here the question comes. So this is a general background. So gradually we leave from general background to specific. As you know, coming to the problem statement. Second heading you may give statement of problems, or Americans they write problem statement, and sometimes our structure is mostly guided by the British pattern. So interchangeably we write statement of problems or problem statement. What is exactly problem statement, you know? So because you have written introduction first, so then switching to, so this is rather I would put in this way. If your introduction is a generalized introduction, generalized orientation, backdrop understanding of your PhD problem, so rather statement of problem would be a specialized or focused orientation of your research problem. What is that focus? Very difficult, it takes time. The students don't worry, what is introduction and what is statement of problem. So statement of problem, you write few lines, half a page, or few a paragraph only. So the difference, deviation from general introduction to a statement of problem is that a specialized one. What is that specialized one? While ago I was focusing on a problem research, choice based credit systems in India. Okay, in generalized you have discussed about what is curriculum, what is courses. Courses here we call it paper. In Indian context we call it paper, but technically we call it a course. Okay, but course and MA in political science, MSc in physics is a program. So there is a difference between program and course. Here course means paper. Okay, so like in general introduction you mention about the general introduction, the backdrop. Okay, and in many SYNOPSIS proposal also, especially the American PhD I have seen, even the SYNOPSIS research proposal also. So they write the background information, introduction and the background. Sometimes it goes like this, or introduction and the backdrop, introduction and the background. But in Indian context we don't mix up these two terms, although they are similar. So coming to the specialized or the focused one on the second headings of your research proposal, that is statement of problem. You exactly come to the point what exactly you want to say. So like I want to say that in case of traditional curricula, in traditional curriculum pattern, so maybe for some reason we don't offer electives, we don't offer more number of electives, and sometimes we offer electives but actually we don't teach them in the school or in the teaching departments. So whereas that gap, that missing link or the research gap should be given importance in the context of your statement of problem. So statement of problem that you come, like you mention, specially highlight those research gaps, like we don't because why the universities or schools or colleges are meant for. Otherwise, there are a school of thought. They say deschooling. Deschooling means you don't need to go to school, or organized way of learning, teaching and learning. You may study at home with your books, or and these days internet and online sources, so that they come to a organized way of learning, schools or colleges or universities, so that we train them, we explore their mind. As I told you, we human beings do differ from one person to another, that our mind, our faculties are different. Okay, but because of some reason, like maybe we sometimes take excuse also, like we don't have many teachers, faculties are very less, or so that's why we are not able to. Okay, if you go on giving excuse, but for your excuse, the students are the victims, like they don't get chance to explore their mind. Had it been so, they could have explored. They can explore in future also. So because of this reason, we are shifting to the mode of choice. Give the students choice. So this would be statement problem, because problem word is there. As you all know that any research begins with a problem. Unless and until we have a problem, you find out a problem, you develop a problem, systematize those problems, and you work on that problem, and you develop how to find out the solution. Okay, so this is called research. So statement of problem means what exactly your problem is, and that should be. And remember, while content, like what should be the writing pattern of this. Okay, this in next module, we will continue this from this statement of problem onwards. Bye.